Welcome, everyone, to today's Shamans Directory live event on this Valentine's Day 2026. It's nice to see so many people here on Valentine's Day. I am Trisha Bennett. I'm from the northeast coast of the United States, and I'm always honored and inspired to have the opportunity to host our live events. As people are continuing to arrive, feel free to say hello in the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from. This is also a great time to take a minute to create your own version of sacred space wherever you are, to light a candle, smudge, turn off any unnecessary devices, and settle in to receive the gifts that are about to be offered today. We will also be participating all together in creating a sacred offering. And if you have 3 leaves of any kind that are available to you, we will invite you to use them later in the ceremony to offer a prayer. If you do not have 3 leaves available to you, that is not a problem. You'll be able to use your hands to offer a prayer. So before we begin today's program, I'd like to take a minute to tell you a little bit about Shamans Directory. Shamans Directory is a nonprofit global online platform dedicated to making shamanic earth-based services accessible to anyone seeking guidance and support on their path. Our vision is to unite medicine men and women from around the world, including original people, First Nation healers, and modern-day lineage-trained shamanic practitioners, creating a safe and trusted place to share shamanic earth-based wisdom, medicine ways, healings, and teaching. Aside from our platform, we host twice monthly live events to gather around a virtual fire. Through these offerings, we hope to inspire you to explore and deepen your connection to shamanic earth-based wisdom and medicine, and to integrate these practices into your daily life. We invite you to visit our website at Shamans Directory to learn more about our global community. By signing up for our newsletter, you can stay informed about our upcoming events and other offerings from the greater global shamanic community. If you are social media inclined, you can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Shamans Directory. And almost all of our live events are recorded and posted within about 24 hours, and you can find them all on YouTube at Shamans Directory. So please note that while we don't take questions aloud during our events, we encourage you to share your comments and post your questions in the chat, and we do our best to get to all of them during our time together. And finally, we use Zoom meetings rather than Zoom webinar so that people can participate in community here on gallery view if you like. And we record on speaker view, so you can rest assured that if you're not the host or a featured speaker, you will not appear on our replay. So feel free to join in the gallery if you would like to do that. So on to our program today. It is a true privilege to host our time together, not only because it's Valentine's Day, but because I have the opportunity to introduce you to some of the healers and teachers of our directory in a uniquely personal way, not only as the extraordinary practitioners that they are, but as people who deeply love our planet and all of the life that resides here with us. So, on this day, when much of the world celebrates the power and beauty of love in all of its expressions, today we will expand that love outward, not only to one another, but to the forests, the waters, and to our sacred Mother Earth. So today's program was inspired, created, and is offered entirely by members of Shamans Directory. And I'm going to begin by introducing you to shamanic practitioner, teacher, and author Meg Beeler, who's the inspiration for today's event, to share a bit about how this event came to be. So Meg, welcome.
Welcome, everyone. So glad to see you this morning and this afternoon and in the evening, wherever you are. The seed for this program came last fall when I was sitting with the disconnection and despair in the world. During the monthly meeting of Shamans Directory, I then talked about an experience I had quite a few years ago where people from around the world um, did journeys to retrieve the soul of the world. We didn't share them afterward, we just did our own journeys. But in mine, I had this incredible experience of learning that whales maintain connections and that knowledge that other beings were also helping make connections was very profound for me. But as we talked about that, we realized that the issue now is not the soul of the world, but our souls reconnecting with Pachamama. Um, so we uh, built this idea of giving Valentines to Pachamama and sharing inspiring stories with you. Another inspiration was the prophecy of the eagle and the condor, which most of you have probably heard, but in it, the condor of the south, the heart of the south, comes together with the eagle of the north, the mind of the north, and their union makes the possibility for creating a harmonious world. So it's a prophecy, a possibility, and that has inspired many of us for a long time, knowing that that's where we need to go. Um, the ceremony today has 4 interwoven parts. The first is that Shamans Directory member Nelida Vilca Huaman will be doing a live despacho with us and receiving our intentions as we tell our stories and receiving all your intentions at the end. The second part of it is that 6 of us will share our stories. And after the stories, each of you will be invited to put your own intent into the despacho. So open your hearts right now. And at the end, the Lord will complete the despacho and do a burning ceremony with us to end the day. So I want to welcome Nelida Vilca Huaman, who is a medicinal Nusta weaver. Nelida was born in Cusco, Peru, and carries the ancestral medicine of her grandmother, who initiated her into the healing traditions of the Andes. Gifted with the essence of condor, Nelida deepened her path under the guidance of her husband Rebelino and their master Puma Freddy Quispe Singona. Today, as a medicine woman, she leads ceremonies, offerings, and pilgrimages that connect seekers with Pachamama, the Apus, Nustas, and the sacred landscapes of Peru. Nelida.
Thank you, dear Meg. Thank you, dear Tricia, dear Mayumi, and all of the masters who are present today, and all of this global family who give this time and this space in this special day of February, where Pachamama needs a lot of love from us in the same way, in a special day because it's a Valentine's Day. So I am very, very happy to be here in ceremony with all of you, my global family. Saying that, my love, for me it's an honor as a divine feminine begin this ceremony in this special day, always protecting this sacred space. For that, I will open this ceremony with this sacred tobacco. In the same way, my love, what you have to do is just receive. Receive because it's our time. The month of February is the time where we need to receive all the blooming that our Pachamama is giving to us. In this special month, it's for us it's very special because all the flowers, all the seeds, all the goods are making bloom. In the same way, each one of us, we are a very special seed, and we need to keep blooming. Now with this tabaquito, we will keep blooming as well, my love. Opening and at the same time blooming. So I will open this ceremony, my love. Just receive. When you will receive this tobacco blessing, is just, bathe in your whole body with your two hands, my love. Okay? Maestrita, por favor, tenga chanque. Samin chay kaili pinguna hermano kunata. Kunan Santa Tierra Pachamama, Ñustay, Princesa, kay punchay, kunan punchay, kay wawayki, kay punkuyman, licenciata Qhaway, kay yuraq mesata, kay k'anchay mesata, qallarinaypaq, mastarinaypaq. Kunan noqa kay haywarikuyta tukuy sonquyta, tukuy munakuyta haywarikusayku. Hinamanta hampuy munay, hampuy llank'ay, hampuy yachay, hampuy kawsay. Apu awsangate, apu salkantay, apu saksay Huaman, apu Machu Picchu, apu Pachatusan, apu Huayna Picchu, apu Wanakaure, llapan apukuna, kunanmanta. Hinamantan llapan ñustakuna, mama Pogpog, mama Piuray, mama Simona, Ollantaytambo, Pacarictambo, Limatambo, Paucartambo, mama Chacán, mama Perolnillo, mama Uñay Huayna, Huayna Picchu, llapan ñustakuna. Tayta Inti, mama Quilla, llapan Teximuyu. Licenciaykiwan, kunan nuqa qallarimusa. Nice. Thank you, my global family, for in all of this prayer, my love. I am asking permission to our chief of the chief, which is Pachamama, who is the main reason why we are doing all of this Despacho offering. In the same way, I am asking permission to all of our apus, all of our sister, our nustas, divine feminine, all the animal spirit, all this God from the heaven, from this world, and from the inner world. So the whole nature I am calling to be present today in these special days of Pachamama and Valentine's Day. Yes, for that reason, my love, I will begin. I will begin giving a lot of strength to this heart. What I add first, my love, in our despacho offering, which is in our white mesa that is coming for a very long time ago, is kiwicha. Kiwicha will make strength our heart in order to make strength ourselves, in order to make strength our vitality, especially the emotional process, because today is the loving day, the day where we have to jump in with a lot of smile and with a lot of pure love. That is why I'm adding in the first time this kiwicha, which is very oldest cereal that is coming from the past, and all of our ancestors used to use this and is more vitamins than the quinoa. So that is why, my love, I am planting the first seed for all of us right in the middle. Yes. And the next time, my love, I will continue adding especially all the white cereals, white grains, in order to strengthen our health way, because we can be good, we are gonna be great, we are gonna walk in a good path, in the shining path, just when we are going to have a good health. Yes, in a good health. For that reason, my love, I will add a rice. Papel chocolate. Papel chocolate. A rice, my love, to heal our heart. Some of us, we are suffering, we are lack of this love because we are having any issues. For that reason, I am putting more clear to our heart, to have a pure and white and clear heart. Yes, and this way, this rice will heal our loving way. Then, my love, I will add this. This is a white beans for bring abundance to our heart, to bring more love to our heart. Chanita linda. Okay. After that, my love, I will add this a kind of fava beans, a white fava beans that look like a fetus. And this fetus represents, my love, this reborn, to be new. Yes, and this is especially for healing way. Now, my love, I will continue to add the red cereals, the red grain that Pachamama gave us because we need to make love all of our parts of our cosmic body, all of the people also who are surrounded us. In each prayer of this each grain, it's not only for me, it's gonna be for everyone. As soon as I am putting, I am doing this praying as well. That is why sometimes we are in silence. And then I will continue with the red corn. A red corn is especially to call and to bring more love for this family, for the whole community, for yourself as well. After that, my love, as I am putting the all love into our despacho offering, I will add these lentils, and these lentils make prosperous this love. Yes, bring abundance for this eternal love. In the same way, I will add this wheat to bring abundance in these special days. Abundance in many ways, in your health way, in your loving way. In this case, with this wheat, I am opening these 4 portals, adding this wheat in the 4 direction. Now I am adding this yellow corn for being more prosperous in this spiritual way, to have abundance in love. For cool, more prosperous in our healing way. Now I will add a quinoa. This is a black quinoa which represents this strength of Pachamama. I will put in the whole side.
Nelida,
Yes?
we just had a request if you could move the bell that's right at the top of the despacho.
Yes, this one.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, man.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And people are acknowledging your sacred partner there who's helping.
Yeah, this to make this offering is to make with a team. Yeah, right now, yeah, my husband Revelino is being in ceremony as well. This is a black quinoa, wow. We have 13 varieties of quinoa, and this black is very special. I am adding as well more quinoa, in this case red. Red because is especially for love. In each cereal that we are adding, also, my love, you have manifest what do you need. If we are needing love in the red cereal of quinoa, do it. Quinoa. Ahora sí. Now, my love, I am adding these macaroni leathers in order to bring right all of our intention. Yes, all of our intention. I'm gonna add all of this here. Pachamama, you stay. Everything that we are thinking for today, for tomorrow, for the next week. So it's gonna be writing by all of these macaronis. Sometimes we are forgetting all of our or some intention that we were having, but just if we are having in our thoughts, adding this macaroni leather is done. Yes, this is the beauty of these offerings. Una manta y mechita con hijo. Azúcar blanca y la pan, mis que chocolate, no sé. Marrón. Santa Tierra Pachamamita linda. Now, my love, as we are putting all of our strength, all of our vitality, I am adding now sugar to make sweet all of these intentions that we are having. Santa Tierra Pachamamita linda. Now I am adding white sugar in the side of the divine masculine. Now I will add a brown sugar for the divine feminine. My love, in this case, I use a black and a brown sugar in order to open the two portals, the portal of the divine feminine and the portal of the divine masculine. So in this case, we are making a balanced sweetness in both genders. So my love is, we already opened these two portals, the four portal. So in this moment, all of our masters, all of our ancestors, all of our animal spirit, everyone who are master for us are receiving all of this sweetness, are receiving all of this strength. So we are gonna receive in double, in triple, and more and more. Ahora me escucha poner Now I am adding also more sweetness. Those are raisin. In this case, raisin is the brown one I will put in the side of the divine feminine. And the clear one, which are the green ones, I'm gonna add in the side of the divine masculine. Also, there are some figs. Figs brings more sweetness also to ourselves. It's gonna be in the head and in the feet to be very strong. Our love must be very strong from the head till the feet. More sweetness, my love, to have a very powerful heart. More sweetness. More sweetness of prosperity, my love. In this case, I am adding a corn to be so prosperous in this time. Yeah. I am adding right now this couple, a woman and a boy, candies in order to, receive, all the women, all the men are gonna receive all of these powerful offering. That is why I am adding more health, more love, more prosperity into divine feminine and the divine masculine. That is why I am adding these couples to be always, to prosperous this loving, this relationship, this couple in these times. I am adding that. And also I am adding house on the side of the divine feminine and Karen the divine masculine. So everybody, every couple who are initiating this relationship, if they are manifesting to get some house, to get some cars. So it's gonna make it real because we are adding in here. Yes. Now I'm going to add my love, arriving almost to the end. This is Wirakoya, which is especially for protection, to protect this, offering, to protect the whole family, to protect everyone, for a lot of protection. Wirakoya is a kind of sage as well, for protection. Algodón chat, tapamos algunos ya, ¿no? Ajá, chile. Ya. Okay, my love seeds. Okay, my lovesitas. So now it is time to put your intention. This is more kiwicha for more strength. Foto chat dijo mandar, no sé qué mandar. Más. More strength. Nice. My love, now is time to put your intention in this sacred offering.
Beautiful. Thank you, Nelida. And it looks really like a Valentine for Pachamama. So we just love that. And we're going to begin our offerings from our different members.
The first offering from our members to be added to the Despacho will be from Fortuna Ardrini, and she is going to begin her contribution. Thank you.
I'm Fotula Dreamy. I'm a shamanic teacher, member of the Shamans Directory and shamanicteachers.com, and I'm an author of 2 books. One is on classic shamanism, and the second book is on sacred mysticism of Egypt. And it is from that tradition of ancient Egypt that I offer a heartfelt prayer and intention for the earth. In the ancient tradition of Egypt, the earth, Geb, is not female. It is not the nurturing mother of Pachamama or Gaia. The earth is male, is the energy of the seeds that germinate and bring new life. And this strong life force energy that floods the soil, that floods the whole planet and brings so much new growth. And it is that energy of Geb that comes through our body, through the birth of every being that is here on earth, whether it is a plant or animal or human being. And the prayers that the ancient Egyptians spoke about was about the germination process of new life, fertility, growth. And the sky is seen as this expansive being, a female being whose arms surround all life on the earth, because the sky is everywhere. And in that tradition, the sky and the atmosphere and the air around us are all connected, and they're all part of this being called Nut, the sky. And the sky surrounds the earth with this energy of love, connection, and guidance. And the stars are very important. The star of Sirius, goddess Isis, and the stars, the 3 stars of the Orion belt, god Osir or Osiris. And Osiris is linked with death and life at the same time. Osiris is portrayed as a mummy, for he is the god of death, dressed in white with a white face, the face of a mummy. And yet Osiris is also green. He also appears with his green face, the life force energy of the earth that creates new life. So death brings life, the cycle of seasons, the power of the earth that makes the seeds to germinate and everything can grow. And the ancient Egyptians talk about the time long ago when there was divine order, and the order of the cosmos, the order of the heavens, was mirrored on the earth. And what happened? The human beings became arrogant. They saw themselves above every other being. They thought, we can do everything. The earth belongs to us. They forgot about the sacredness of life, and the altars remained empty. The incense no longer burned, and the divine connection was forgotten. And so the destroyer came. At that time, her name was Sekhmet, and the great flood covered the earth, and there was so much death that the waters were like rivers of blood. The elements were no longer in balance, and the world as we knew it at that time, the ancient Egyptians say, was destroyed. And yet the Sekhmet, the destroyer, was transformed to the healer Bastet, the healer who reminds us of our own healing abilities and asks us to heal ourselves from the karma of the previous era, from the destruction, and find again the sacredness of life and honor it, for it is mirrored to us from every place on this earth. So it is not about obliterating life. The elements are again out of balance. But what Bastet calls us to do is to remember that we are a healer and heal ourselves, our consciousness, find again the sacredness of our divine connection and the sacredness of life. So I offer a prayer to the earth. Sacred earth, Geb, may we remember that we are this infinite power. And may we come to be in service of all life through our sacred connection. May humanity heal and bring the order of the sky to earth. May we remember that we are sacred. May we see life as sacred. And may we walk in harmony creating order, beauty, and miracles. May we trust together in the goodness of the human heart, and may we create heaven on earth. Thank you.
Okay?
Beautiful.
Okay, who's next now?
Our next storyteller is Shamans Directory member Anthony Palumbo, live from Texas.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Fotula. That was a beautiful story. Yes, my name is Anthony Palumba. I'm a shamanic healer. I practice the Andean tradition. I live in Austin, Texas. And I practice as a healer in the Andean tradition. And so this story comes from the Andean tradition, but it also comes from my journey of healing. I've worked with the plant medicines for many, many years, in the Amazonian tradition, in particular ayahuasca. And Mother Ayahuasca has given me many stories as well. So this story that I'm telling is kind of a weaving together of different sources of healing that have been part of my healing journey. In the Andean tradition, there is no greater expression than Pachamama. Pachamama is everything. She is this entire experience of nature. There is no way I can separate myself from Pachamama, for I am an expression of her. It is this awareness that has been a critical part of the human existence for thousands of years. This is our sacred relationship with Pachamama. But at some point, we lost the awareness of this connection. And there are many who are in separation from Pachamama. When we separate ourselves from Pachamama, we enter a state of suffering. Now more than ever, humanity is suffering and is in separation. It is destroying the very thing that has given it life. Now more than ever, our souls need to be reconnected with the soul of Pachamama. And so our story begins. It is said that within Pachamama is stored all the information of all those who have lived on earth. These are our ancestors, the collective experience of those who've come before us. For in the Andean tradition, they do not believe in reincarnation. We simply have this life. We have this opportunity to make this place a better place. So the information stored in Pachamama can be thought of as our ancestral collective memory. But it does not stop there, for there are parts of Pachamama that are unseen, beyond our normal perception. Through Pachamama, we can reach loved ones and masters who have passed on. For these collective ancestral memory exists in a transcendent space beyond our experience of time. It is in experience of our being that is ever present. This collective experience of humanity is interwoven with Pachamama. It is an experience that wants nothing more than the best for us, to see us succeed, just as Pachamama wants us to succeed. This is the love of Pachamama, the love of our ancestors. So where is Pachamama taking us? All the information that is stored in Pachamama is being refined. It is refined by all the healing work we do, by all the ceremony we do, by all the ways we honor Pachamama. As we do this, we transmute the darkness of our personal and ancestral trauma, returning this darkness to the awareness of love. When we do our healing work, we create a unique expression of love that the light of awareness can shine through. This is what makes humanity so special. We are born into the darkness, forgetting where we came from, and we must find our way back to the light. Each of us is a unique expression of love that is being created. And when this collective ancestral information reaches a critical mass of love, it becomes a transcendent singularity of being. Humanity and Pachamama ascending, and we become the new earth. In the new earth, there is a temple. It houses the ancestral information of all the love humanity has created. This is the temple of love, where we in the new earth send love to wherever it is needed. And our galactic family come from far and wide to visit us, to learn how we did it, how we created love from the darkness. This is our gift to our galactic family. This is the gift of Pachamama. And now I make my offering.
Samanchari kalpanchari tulunchari santira pachamama taminda fukona germanchata fukona. Gracias, hermanita. Thank you, papi.
Gracias, Panichai.
Sulpai ki tulai.
Our next offering is from Shamans Directory member Ava Eagletree, and she will be sharing some words and a brief video.
Thank you, Crow. Thank you, Anthony, Nelida, Meg. Thank you for this beautiful gathering. My name is Ava Eagletree, and I'm so grateful to be here in this gathering, this circle of love and prayer for Pachamama. I'm an earth-based shamanic healer, a ceremonialist, a song weaver, and a lover of Pachamama. The songlines, the theme of this gathering is really close to my heart. Song, frequency, vibration, tone carried on the breath of life is a living prayer. And for this reason, I love to sing spontaneous, channeled melodies to our Mother Earth and to sacred nature. For me, song has been one of my deepest pathways of healing since childhood. It is a golden thread that I have followed through every landscape of my life. And these frequencies, these songs are about being in relationship with the ancestor trees, the water, the fire, the apus and nustas, and all beings everywhere. And I wanted to share a story today about a connection with a winged friend that has just touched my heart so deeply. Over the past few months, I have been navigating a personal health journey. And during this time, a beautiful crow has begun visiting me. And she has arrived as an incredible ally and as a messenger. And I feel she has come to remind me to trust myself. She's reminding me of the dreams and visions of my childhood and as a playful guide in my ancestor healing. She's so intelligent and she's helping me every day to connect with the spirit realm and bringing discernment, adaptability, and an invitation to dance with the mystery. So this dear crow friend and I, we are learning to sing together. And she is showing me how to write and really bring my voice forward. So this reminder from her every day, helping me open my heart and to stay light and stay in kindness and remember Aini with all beings, sacred reciprocity, and really helping show me that even in difficult processes, when we're dealing with traumas or hard places in our life, we are never alone. We can alchemize and transform our grief and pain into medicine and love. So from these daily visits and invitations to sing with this dear crow, I've created a voice alchemy offering titled Wounds to Wings that really explores this mythopoetic archetype of becoming winged ones and liberating ourselves. Crow especially, I feel, is such a powerful ally with her luminous black sheen of her feathers. She carries the full energy and frequency of the rainbow, the 7 sacred rays. She holds the full spectrum of luminosity, of light. And for this reason, I have given her the name Quichi. So in Quechua, Quichi means rainbow. And I wish to honor her with this name because she brings light through the shadow. And I want to honor also the Canchas Iya, the rainbow lineage from Miestro Puma and Nokenkeni family. So when I started to think about when did the energy of crow really first arrive to me so that I could share that as good medicine today, I realized that crow first arrived in my childhood when I saved an injured crow from a lightning storm, and I helped rehab her until she could fly again. And then in 2022, I had a profound soul encounter when I came across a beautiful raven who had died in the snow beneath a cedar tree. And this experience brought massive gifts to me and really a profound connection to the healing journey that I'm on right now. So I want to share a poem that came from this encounter and then a video clip of Quichi Crow and I singing together. This is called Raven's Gift. You are storm tumbled beneath sentinel cedar in deep forest quiet, when I, with my daughter and dogs, find you. You emanate deepest silence. Your black shadow shape a portal, magnificent purple sheen folded in repose in the bright white snow of our morning. And while wind lifts and speaks through branches hushed and hollowed, I hear how your midnight hark swallowed the spark of a falling star that brought you here, now, where you are. My daughter says we must bring you home, and I agree. Raven, Corvus, Corax, your gifts are inky, dark, and deep, prophetic, unchartered as a dreamer's sleep. This banquet of you is wise and wide as the living bowl of sky, where once the wind carried your intelligent, raucous cries and unfurled your wings to fly. You say, use me entirely, and so begins the ceremony of your offering. Your violent-hued wings open, my arms to sing with wild, willing wind precision, and my feathered hands become medicine fans. Now I understand how to sever old wounds and navigate weather. Raven reverence, I wrap your wisdom around my shoulders, feeling both young and older, bolder for your illuminating lunar shine, your croaking kruk, kruk voice in mine, your infinite light, your robe of night, your hollow bones, your old crone, your runes to read, sacred oracle beads, your taloned feet, your precise sharp beak, that discerns and speaks only truth. Raven radiance, your feathers are silk, rainbow rare. I weave them in my hair. My tongue articulates your ancient, ancestral dreams, and together we weave the seams of star-strung horizons. And so I would love to share the little video of Quichi and I singing together, and then I'll offer my prayers, my kintu, to the Despacho. Eres montaña, se oían cantar. Apenas sale aurora, eres montaña, se oían cantar. Hi, dai, 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 dai. Hi, dai, 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 dai. Hallelujah. Ri, 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 ri. Hi, hi, hi. Hello, sweet crow. Hello. Hello, hello. So lovely. Yes, what a nice song. Hello, hello. Hello. Hi, beautiful. There you are. You're very, very close to me. Wow, look at you. You eat from my hand? You can do it. You can do it. Sale aurora, en las montañas se oyen cantar. Sweet crow, nai, na, nai, na, nai, na, nai. Hi, dai, dai, da, da, dai. Hallelujah, ri, 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 ri. Sweet crow, nai, na, nai, na, 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 nai. Hi, dai, dai, da, dai. Hallelujah, ri, 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 ri. Thank you. I wish to offer this kintu in honor of the relationship, the beautiful song lines. May it weave and touch our heart. May we know we're never alone. May we feel the winged ones as messengers and beautiful keepers, bridges to the spirit realm. And may our connection, our aini, with our beautiful plant kingdom and animal friends, our allies, our elementals, and of course, all of this bridging, may it just be the most beautiful medicine to Pachamama to bring peace and healing and love to all. Anai, Anai Sapaiki.
Gracias, hermana Eva.
Gracias, Nelida. Anai, Anai Sapaiki.
Wow, mil gracias. Who is next?
Thank you very much, Ava. Our next offering is going to be from Shamans Directory member Meg Beeler, whose inspiration led to the creation of today's event. Thank you very much, Meg.
Thank you, Crow. And thank you, Ava. Every time I see that video, it just makes my heart sing. So I'm Meg Beeler. I'm a shamanic healer, mentor, author, and ceremonialist, and I follow the Andean tradition. And my two books, one of them is about using energy to connect with the elements and the universe and open your heart. And the other one is an illustrated guide to creating despachos. Although I don't have the particular despacho Nelida made today that's so beautiful. Anyway, here's my story. Every sacred place is a source of potential vision, and sacred places in the Andes taught me how the land can speak and guide us. This is a story of how the earth and its sacred places rise up to meet us and open the mystery. And it's a story of a very big boulder. So in my third trip to the Andes, I had finally put down roots on Apua Sangate, which had been calling me for a long time. And then we had traveled with our Caro guides to Coyariti, which is below Asangate, a very sacred glacier, which there's a ceremony every year on the Andean summer solstice, a ceremony of renewal. So we had hiked up to about 15,000 feet, and we'd spent several days in ceremony. And the last day, we were invited to walk up this very steep slope to a very big boulder. It was literally as big as a living room. It hung precariously on the side of the slope, and our group circled until everyone could touch the stone. I found myself wiggling to keep my balance, and as I put my hand on the stone, which was very warm and smooth and vibrating, I stayed there just listening and waiting to see how my filaments would connect. And I sent my filaments out and waited some more. And suddenly I found myself in a very black space. I put my hands out and the air was dense, but I couldn't feel anything or see anything. It was just very dark. And a portal opened into the void. I knew this place from in an abstract way, but experiencing it, experiencing the kind of heart opening and oneness and beauty of being in this place, empty but full of potential, was astounding. So I rested there, listening and feeling. And after a while, I heard that the Caro people had come to this boulder for millennia to listen and receive wisdom. And I understood that they had actually received the eagle and condor prophecy at this boulder. So I rested more in the space of the boulder, in the space of the void, just taking it all in. And finally, our guides called us and said it was time to leave the boulder and leave the valley. So I hefted my day pack and got in line and started walking down the mountain. And I went up to one of the Caro guides in my halting Spanish and asked if this was the boulder where they went to receive wisdom. I didn't really trust what I had heard. I wasn't sure about it. I thought, how we imagine things sometimes. So he said, yes, this is the place we receive wisdom in what you call the circle of great awareness. So all the way down the mountain, I reimagined the boulder, the feeling of my hands on this big black stone, and reimagined the void and how it had it was a space to open and find and experience unity. So experiences like these, gifts from the land itself, guide us along our paths if we keep inquiring. They offer us songlines, the songlines that Eva was talking about, the songlines that our Aboriginal relations talk about, that connect us with the more than human world and connect us with sacred place. So listening deeply to these spirit songs, each of us asking, what does this mean for me? How will it help me dream a different future? Leads to the story's resolution, a deepening of connection with Pachamama. You will be transformed and opened and enlarged as you captivate the reciprocity and receptivity of your connection with Pachamama. Your whole soul being can shine into the world, restoring what has been lost. My experience of the boulder and the pathways it contained, the expansive, heart-opening void space, and the palpable field of energy, all became spirit threads for entering a great field of meditation, shining my light into the darkness and exploring oneness. This larger awareness was and is a way to be in a suffering world without succumbing to it. It's a way to be heart-guided, to live from the heart, and to be wholehearted as we restore the soul of the world.
Sentir Pachamama linda, unang mamayang kati, papausang kati pero just que wake sumak bichata ke manajat dame, haning kanang pakalimpuin na pakakabim, linda.
Nelida, I offer this Kintu for all of us to connect more deeply, to open our heart, and to heal our connections with Pachamama, to heal our connections with each other, to become who we were meant to be.
Gracias, hermana.
Our next offering is from Crow McKinnon, who's a co-creator of this day with us and a member of Shamans Directory. Thank you, Crow.
Thank you, Meg. I have a story to offer today, and the story will be accompanied by illustrations from Felix Blanco, and it's called Inti's Gift. Long ago, before the two-legged people walked the earth, Pachamama awakened for the first time. Her body was not yet adorned with life, yet she lived. She thrust up mountains from beneath her waters, creating the land, and the breath became her winds. From afar, Inti, the spirit of the sun, saw her beauty and offered her his gifts of fire and light. These gifts allowed the first of our relations to arise from beneath the ocean waves and spread across the lands. One life nourished another and gave rise to the diversity of living things that shared their lives with Pachamama and became part of her being. These were the times of the great changes. In time, the changes slowed, and the spirits of order, harmony, and balance began to whisper to Pachamama of the wisdom of equilibrium. It was in this spirit that Inti taught the trees to catch his warmth and light with their leaves, and to hold this power in their bodies, cooling the ground beneath them as they did so. This power of Inti's warmth also lifted the water from the seas and released it again onto the lands, where part ran across the land and back to the seas, and part was drunk by the plants, who returned it to the air to rejoin the dance of the elements, earth, fire, air, and water. All the children of Pachamama took part in this dance. They agreed to live in a harmonious way with one another, some allowing their bodies to feed others, the rest offering their bodies to the earth to nourish the soil. This dance was beautiful, and the dance was good. After many seasons, the two-leggeds arose, and they too spread across all the lands. They were neither particularly strong nor especially fast. They had little hair to keep themselves warm and had to rely on one another and the gifts of their relations in order to survive. For the most part, they were clever, which served them, but wisdom among them was rare. The two-leggeds also had a place in this dance and a part to play in supporting the harmony, but their cleverness led them to honor the harmony in a different way. Because they weren't particularly strong, they domesticated some of the animals to carry their burdens. Because they weren't especially fast, they domesticated and confined some of those animals to provide food. Because it took so much time to collect the foods offered by the plants, they also domesticated some of them, guiding their breeding to be most productive for their own use. Because they had little hair to keep themselves warm, they used the bodies of both the plants and the animals to fashion clothing to protect themselves from the cold. In return for taking these things from their relations, they fed them, protected them from their predators, and diverted water for their use. The two-leggeds told themselves that this stewardship was acceptable compensation for disrupting the natural order. They were not ungrateful for this food and warmth, and in those early times they expressed that gratitude to Pachamama and their plant and animal relatives with prayer and ceremony. There were some among the two-leggeds for whom the warmth of the coats of their animal brothers was not enough, and they used their cleverness to learn the secret of awakening fire. This way, the two-leggeds could release the sun's light and warmth by burning the dry branches that fell to the ground. This brought them more comfort and illuminated the darkness, and in the early times, they also offered prayer and ceremony for this gift. For many generations, the two-leggeds maintained the balance that their departure from the natural order had made, by thanking Pachamama for sharing her bounty with them, and by remembering to live in the sacred awareness of their connection to all things. Life was good for them, and they began to become accustomed to the comforts these gifts provided them. It came to pass that their cleverness began to work against the two-leggeds. They enjoyed their comfort and told themselves that if the comfort they had was good, more would be better. They learned to take more and offer less in return. They began to demand more from their relatives, the plants and animals, so that they could amass surplus and wealth. They began to tear open the body of Pachamama, to extract minerals to adorn themselves, and they began to fell the great living trees to provide fuel for the fires that brought Inti's light and heat into their homes. As they took more and more, they offered their thanks less and less, creating holidays to give thanks instead of living in a sacred way and giving thanks and prayers every day. As the generations arose and passed, many of the two-leggeds began to forget their connection to Pachamama and their other relatives. They told stories of themselves that placed them above all of nature. They began to believe that everything that was here for their use, and that anything that they could take belonged to them. Those who chose to live in the old way were considered to be fools and were ignored, exploited, or killed. As their cleverness grew and became more complex, and they devised new ways to rise above nature. They built houses and great buildings, ships and vehicles that could cross the seas and the lands, all powered by Inti's gifts of fire. At first, this power was stolen from the living trees, but in time they extracted it from beneath the flesh of Pachamama, where the bodies of ancient trees and animals had gone to their rest while still holding Inti's gift, and had turned it to coal or oil. This was done without showing gratitude, without prayer, without ceremony. The world was now out of balance. Harmony became disrupted, and great changes returned. We now live in those times. The disharmony that resulted disrupted the lives of many of our plant and animal relatives. Many were poisoned or killed in other ways. Many more perished because they had lived with the balance for so long that when those that they had depended on disappeared, they soon followed. As all that lived upon Pachamama were part of her own life force, she began to show the signs of her depleted health. She began to burn with a fever fueled by the very gift that Inti had given her, which she had for so long held within her body. From before the time of equilibrium, in the old times of great changes, in which were now being released so quickly. Not all of the two-leggeds had forgotten how to hear the voice of their sister and brother beings. Even among those who had, there were those who saw that the harm and greed and the blindness that their kind was causing this. Many even tried to use their cleverness to find ways to reverse the harm that had been done, but their cleverness was not the answer to the problem that their cleverness had led to. It was those who knew how to listen to the spirits and remembered how to live in a sacred way that spoke of the wisdom of returning to the place of departure from our connection. They counseled listening to the echoes of the voices of order, harmony, and balance, as they had spoken to Pachamama long ago about the wisdom of the equilibrium. We are all connected. All that is and all that lives has the birthright to that connection. The only thing that imperils this connection is to turn away from it. Many of us, both living and past, have done this. We have turned away from our mother, but have remained in her house, pretending it is ours. She is awaiting for us to turn back toward her and remember our place in the fabric of her being. Our mother awaits.
Thank you, dear John. Who is next?
We now invite our last speaker for today. This will be Gemma. And because of time differences, her contribution has been recorded.
Hello, beautiful family. Hello to my dear sister Nelida and all of our family here at Shamans Directory. Thank you so much for inviting me to be with you for this very, very special prayer for Pachamama on this Valentine's Day. My name is Gemma or Jamita, and I move around the world quite a bit. Right in this very moment, I am in a place called Byron Bay on the furthest, most easterly tip of the Australian mainland. So where I am here, I'm literally facing Mama Cocha Pacifica, that's the ocean, and this is the first place that receives the morning light, first rays of the sun. So it's a very, very powerful frequency to be sitting here in this portal of the east, really programming what we want to receive more of, knowing that we are always guided by the light. We are always guided by our hearts, and we are always returning to the love of our beloved Pachamama. So I would love to share a beautiful story with you today from quite some years ago in the Andes. And it was so profound that it's been a guiding light for me really throughout all of my many years of growth and awakening to the truth of who I really am. And I was there one day very close to a beautiful temple site called Intipunku. And I was laying face down on the earth, and the next minute I started to go through the earth. I went through the layers of the rock and the soil and the moist earth, and I went deep down into this crystalline cavern, which was the womb or the core or even the heart of Pachamama. And when I arrived down there, this beautiful goddess appeared to me, and she introduced herself as Pachamama. And she said to me, "Come with me, I've been waiting for you. There's something that I need you to know." She said, I don't need saving. She said, my power is such that I only need to lift an eyelash. I only need to give the direction or the directive to my powerful sons and daughters, the elemental forces, or my apus, and the whole world would be swallowed whole. She said, but I don't need saving. What I need is for you, my children, to wake up and remember the truth of who you really are. And then she proceeded to show me by picking up a tiny, teeny little grain of sand, microscopic, you couldn't even see it. She holds it and she said, of all of the years of the stories of what has been done to me, this is how it affects me. This is how significant it is. And she blows this little speck of dust away. She said, and why? Because I know the power of my love. I know the truth of who I am. Nothing can shake me from my center. Nothing can take me away from my presence. And that is how I need you to be too. And she said, and especially a message for the divine feminine, the sacred feminine, as they are coming back into their power, into their remembering, into their strength, to not create more imbalance, to not be so focused on the goddess rising that we create an imbalance by taking our brothers down, but rather to understand that all of those stories of the past, all of the the challenges and the difficulties that the feminine has been through has all been a perfect part of the cosmic program to bring us back to this point, to anchor us even more deeply in our love, in our knowing the truth of who we really are. I started to walk up the mountain after that towards an altar to an apu called Vilca. And as I was walking up the path, beautiful, profound journey, it has a much longer story behind it, which is for another day. But as I'm walking, Vilca, the apu, the queen, the Nusta, whose name means sacred tears, said to me, I have a message for you. Hold up your feathers. I was walking with some feathers and I held them up. And as I did that, this beautiful Amazonian woman appeared, a vision of a woman. And she walked with me. And through the feathers, this embodiment of Vilca, who rises from Pachamama, said to me through the feathers, step by step, you are awakening to the truth of who you really are. Step by step, she kept saying, you are awakening to the truth of who you really are. And that's all you need to do, is take step by step. So these powerful messages from Pachamama are a message for our own spiritual journey, our own path that we're walking ourselves in our own lives. But as we come to what I feel is kind of the completion of this healing cycle, this healing loop that so many of us have been kind of stuck in from, a really beautiful intention, because we really want to get to the bottom of things. But healing isn't linear, it's a spiral. So the more we keep looking for, the more we're going to find. So at some point, what we're being called to realize is that there's always going to be more. There will always be something for us to look at. But instead, what we are being asked to do is to stabilize in this remembering of who we really are, to receive this powerful high frequency energy of healing, of love from our Pachamama, from the constellations, from our apus, and allow that that profound, what we call Sami energy, that high frequency energy, to become our dominant vibration. In Quechua, they call this yuye. It means to remember. It's not to learn something. It's not about gaining more knowledge, but it's about opening ourselves to receiving, communing, embodying, and stabilizing this beautiful frequency of unconditional love, of absolute light. We are children of the sun, children of the primordial light. This is how we shine, and we can see it everywhere in nature. We only have to look in a puddle of water to see our reflection when we see the sun shining in there. So this was the message of Pachamama for me, was to spend less time on trying to analyze and figure out the stories and more time on coming back into the feeling and the embodiment of this truth that we all really are. We came as light, we exist in a form, but the light doesn't go anywhere. We're kind of discovering, awakening step by step to the truth of who we really are by discovering, rediscovering, remembering the power of that light, so that the shadows, the smoky mirrors, the darkness that we experience in our own lives and in the world around us is able to be illuminated. And we leave as light. So light is eternal. We're not born, nor do we die. This beautiful gift, this eternalness of the truth of who we are, is unchanging. And when we realize and remember that in this physical body, then we get to become the lighthouse for others, not by trying to fix or change, but by shining, by illuminating the path. We don't go into a room and turn on the dark switch, do we? We turn on the light to illuminate the shadows in the corners through the power of our love. So my kintu today is going to be for our beautiful mesa, for our beautiful Hayawikri, our Despacho, for us to really remember in every cell of our being, not just conceptually, but in an embodied way where we really feel it, where we become so anchored in our own light that we become the conduit of that light for our Pachamama, that we give with all our hearts that light and we receive that light in return in Aini. That then as we cultivate that powerful light and become that medicine, just like filling our medicine cup full of light, becoming the lighthouse, becoming the crystal, that we can then direct that high frequency energy simply through the power and presence of our heart, using our mind to direct the field of energy to wherever is needed on this beautiful planet, to whoever is needed, whether we know where it is or who it is or not, it doesn't matter. And that is how we become the change, and how whatever little move that we make in our part of the web, in this web of life and light that goes right across this whole planet and out into the cosmos, we call it the Teximuyu. Any little vibrational frequency that we make travels at the speed of light and reaches exactly where it needs to go. So let us remember, let us shine and know that the sun, that the light doesn't only shine on us, it shines from within us. Let us remember that Pachamama doesn't need saving. What she really needs is for us to wake up and remember the truth of who we really are, to remember your powerful light, to remember your powerful love. Pachamama Nyusta. Gracias. Anyai Sulpaiki Pachamama, Anyai Sulpaiki beautiful family. Gracias. Thank you.
We now would like to invite everyone present. If you brought a Kintu with you, you can take it now. If you don't have one, you can just blow your prayer and your intention into your hands and then offer it to the camera, where Nelida will receive all of our offerings and virtually add them to the Despacho before she concludes its construction. Thank you very much.
Masikuna, por favor, Santira Pachamama linda, chasqueo, ya, que pinto chata, Hanipunampa, Haninkanampa, Okiñampi, Kuriñampi, Santira Pachamama linda, que intenciones olvidadas, Kanka, que pinto chata, por favor, Santira Pachamama chasqueo, ya, son más, son coquitas, son más, una, Santira Pachamama linda, Okay, my love. So this last quinto will be for the all forgotten intentions. Yes. Santa Tierra Pachamama, Ñustay, Llapan Apukuna, Llapan Aukikuna, Ancestrakuna, Gentilkuna, Llapan Llakuna, Aukikuna, Cañachanquis, Manayacachanque, que Llapan, Masikunata, por favor, nunca Mañacusaiki. Alin Kausai, Alin Kanchay, Sumapuri, Alin Puri, Colquiñampi, Coriñampi, por favor, Santira Pachamama linda, Chasquiri Puya, que son más jóvenes tanta, Alin Canampa, Alin Trinampa, por favor, y Machata Manericuyan, que ella, para hermano Pinata, por favor. Okay, my lovesitos, so in order to complete our offering, because in a couple of minutes we are going to we are going to offer to the fire. I'm going to add the last element that we need, the starfish and the llama fat, to be in unconditional service of love. Apkuna okikuna, chaskiriko ya. Que suma joven la chata, que suma. Hinante pamanta, que. Ulacoya. Ulacocha. Sentira pachanta linda. Apuñostas, chaskiriko ya. Que suma. Ofrenda chata. Son comunidad, son comunidad, Okay, my lovesitas. Okay, my beautiful family, we complete our despacho offerings. Now I'm going to do the last blessing before to offer to the fire. For that, I would like to everyone put your hand as you are, as you are receiving the blessing, the closer as you can be in the offering. Yes. Okay, and después esto. Campana chata Santa Tierra Pachamama. Apu Sangate, Apu Salcantay, Apu Huaman, Apu Wanakauri, Llapan Apukuna, Namanta, Ñustakuna, Mamá Simona, Ñustay, Mamá Chacán, Ñustay, Mamá Pokpok, Mamá Piuray, Ollantaytambo, Pacarictambo, Limatambo, Paucartambo, Llapan Ñustakuna, Añay Sulpayki. Kunankan kay wawayki, kay punkuyki, kay summa Poikita noka haiwan musaiti. Santa Tierra Pachamamita linda, que ofendata, tu comunaicuiti, tu consumcuicuita, haiwan musaiki. Sutikipi, saminchar, campanchar, turinchar y llevachar. Entera Pachamamita linda, Yaya, Yeshua, el Espíritu Santo, Pachamamita linda. Infinite blessings, my love. These beautiful and powerful despacho offerings of today, it was thanks to Pachamama, was thanks to our apus, to all of our Inustas, and also especially to the all team of Shamans Directory. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to make this with this powerful love, with this powerful strength, with these powerful intentions. Thanks to you, this despacho offering will keep blooming. Every one of us, we are going to be part of this sacred seed. Thank you for all of this Shamans Directory team for talk the same language with Pachamama. Thank you for all of you. Now each seed that we are planting here, it's gonna be reflected in each one of us. Thank you for give your pure love, your pure intention, your pure powerful, and especially your time and space to be with Pachamama. Thank you, my lovely family. And now we are going to offer to our sacred fire. Santa Tierra Pachamama, stay. Linda. Gracias, mamá. Gracias, Santa Tierra Pachamama. Kunanga, buscamos juntos. Gracias, gracias, gracias. Okay, my lovecita. So see you in 5 minutes. Yes? I'm gonna go outside to offer into our fire. I love you. See you soon.
I will do our closing and gratitude now. And I will say thank you deeply to all of our members who contributed to today's event, to Meg Beeler, Nelida Vilca Huaman, Crow McKinnon, Futula Adrimi, Anthony Palumba, Ava Eagletree, and Gemma for your inspiration and beautiful messages of love for Pachamama. It is an honor to call you friends and colleagues. Thank you to Mayumi Beckers for being our video assistant today. If Crow or Meg would like to say anything about the day, about the event, feel free to unmute and share.
Well, I would like to thank Meg for this inspiration. When she first brought this up, I could feel a wave of something very, very strong wash over me. And my particular contribution almost immediately appeared in my mind when she was discussing her vision for this offering today. So thank you very much, Meg. Your kicking the hornet's nest really stirred up some good things today.
Well, thank you, Crow, and everyone. I guess I want to say two things. Uh, the the focus and beauty of the Despacho and everyone's intention just has remained very full for the whole time for me. And it's palpable. Somebody said their candle was dancing. My heart was dancing. And the other part, I want to thank the Shamans Directory members who showed up for this, but also who dreamed it up, because it was a co-creation, taking from one idea to what's needed now, and how can we help the connections blossom. So thank you, everyone.
And I think I said at the beginning, I'll repeat it, that it was such a pleasure to introduce some of the members of the directory to all of our guests today, because we're usually meeting as practitioners and not just sharing from our heart. And so you're really getting to meet some of the practitioners in a very beautiful and unique way that you would not get to meet them normally. So thank you all for being here and for spending some time with us.
Yeah, I'll add a few words. Again, I'd like to thank Meg for um, really having the courage to share this vision she had that she wanted to share, because it was through her sharing this vision, this dream, of sharing these stories for Pachamama, that it inspired me and resonated within me this same desire, this same, because for a long time I've had these experiences in my journey of healing, of information that I had learned that I wanted to share, and I feel like part of our journey on this tradition is to share that the wisdom that we gain through our process of healing and bringing ourselves into alignment with Pachamama. So it's also weaving together of those who share that same desire to share that love for Pachamama and gratitude.
Beautiful. Yeah, I I resonate, I mirror what you just shared, Anthony, and so much gratitude to Meg and Crow. And this co-creation is so potent, and these song lines really feel activated now with this fire. You know, we've got the energy from the apus and the nustas, and I really feel the seke lines, the ley lines, connecting all of us where we are in the world on this beautiful Pachamama, how we have this precious opportunity to amplify our healing so that we may be of sacred service and really embody these stories and these songs and this co-creative, regenerative energy of sacred play with the Despacho Haiwarikwi. And it just brings so much optimism and joy and love. This is what we need. This is what we need in this time, is to be weaving in this way. So deepest gratitude and thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, my global family. I'm here now, close to the fire. Now it's time to offer to our sacred fire, my love. With your permission. My global family, it is done. Thank you so much for this special day. Thank you for opening your heart. In this, according to the fire, every one of us, we need to open our heart. Speak from our open heart and listen with our open heart. I love this is the omen. This is a sign that our cosmic fire wants to let know us. Please open your heart to be in this unconditional service of love. This is the only thing that Pachamama is asking today. My love, that infinite blessings. Happy Valentine's Day. And I love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Nelida. We love you in return. It's such a blessing to have you with us on the directory. And we love all of our visitors and guests and all of our members that are here with us today. And we hope to see you again soon at one of our next live Shamans Directory events. Take care, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day.